To continue. What is the name of the seventh? The price of foil. Read together. When people don't know the value of a product, they tend to make preliminary judgments based on price. Therefore, if the price is properly raised, the value of the product will be increased. So somebody sells a shirt for 80 yuan, and nobody buys it for 3 months. Now change this 80 yuan shirt into 800 yuan. 50% off. You feel like you are making a lot of money, don't you? This is to mark up the price and give you a discount. Even with a 30% discount, it's 3 times more expensive than before. But people are like, wow, I got an 800 yuan dress today for 30% off, and they feel like they made a lot of money. Have we discovered anything about human nature? It's called playing nice when you get cheap, right? When do you think a guy shows off? Can you guess how much my shoes cost? You guess, you guess, you guess? A zero was removed from the price you said, and you see why he was so proud at that moment. Because he had proved to others that he had bought something of such high value for such a good price. Am I awesome? So why many people like to bargain is to get this sense of achievement. Do you understand? If I get something for less that you get for more, does that mean I'm awesome? So that's when people show off. People show off when they get the best deal. What's the other situation? Like, guess how much? You guess, you guess, you guess? I put a zero behind it. Just to show you how classy I am, I can afford something so expensive. Do you understand? Only in these 2 situations do people think they're awesome. People don't talk about it in normal times. So you are either the most expensive or the cheapest, and that customer will spread. Can you follow me? For example, eyeglasses shop, 200 yuan, no one to buy glasses. Now marked at 1000. Tell you, now you recharge 300 yuan to become my member. I will give you a 1000 yuan glasses. Wow, do you charge this? Don't hesitate to rush immediately. In fact, the other people earn you 100 more, right? But when you get out, how are you gonna show off? Do you understand? So that's the power of price. The 8th. Emotional sustenance. Read it together. The feelings of parents to children, the friendship between brothers, love between husband and wife, teachers and students, nostalgia, homesickness, and so on all belong to the category of emotion. If people care about some kind of emotion on the product, people immediately pull the value of the product higher. So how did Coca-Cola become America's national drink? Why is that? Because during the Vietnam War, were there a lot of young men fighting in Vietnam? Then do you miss home? Then they were sent boxes and boxes of Coca-Cola to drink. So when they drink Coca-Cola, they feel the American spirit. Do you know what that means? And then the Vietnam War stopped. And they came back, and they saw Coca-Cola. It's like seeing your mother's love. So that's how Americans feel about Coca-Cola. Do you understand? Let's talk about it. How much does an apple cost? But have you seen the outside of that apple? Is in the process of planting. He used what cover to put it up? Right, what piece? Excuse me, is it possible for that apple to appreciate in value now? That's giving special emotion, right? Therefore, each product has a specific meaning, which can bring out the emotion behind it. So can this emotion move people? So emotional marketing is a big power. Another one. Identity sustenance. Read it together. People all their lives are playing different identities, and moving towards a higher identity. If you have a product that just meets the need to enhance a certain level of identity, to look good after using the product, then the value of your product is not determined by its function. So why do people buy Rolls Royces? Just to prove you are awesome, right? So a lot of high-end products, what are people for? To prove his identity. In fact, buying other things to use is not the same, right? But it feels different with that. So people are willing to pay a little bit more for that feeling. So that's what people are most dissatisfied with. Is not satisfied with their own identity. Are you with me? sense of identity. So your products should be designed differently. Are there any VIP products? That's when people are willing to pay for VIPs. Continue to. Do you think you can buy Parker fountain pens? Are they men's jewelry? Are matches out of fashion now? But is there a special place for lighting cigars now? Are matches sold by the root? You pull out your cigar in a crowd and strike a match? And then do you feel like a big boss? What is this smoking? Is it true that the money is drawn? Come on, if you can't afford an iPhone. Apple mobile phone also can choose, sell kidney to buy Apple so. Discover. Is this also a legend? Number 10 is cultural sustenance. Let's read it together. Customs, habits, beliefs, stories and so on, which are deposited and spread by history. Cultural category, an ordinary fashion no one cares. But a primitive period of fashion is the museum collection. So can time create value? So I don't know if you have read an article on the network. Is the little monk selling stones have listened to? The young monk asked the old monk, Master, how can you show your worth? Then the master told him, take this bowl to the market tomorrow. No matter how much money you are asked, just hold up 2 fingers and say nothing. And he goes? And they say, how much is this bowl? He held out 2 fingers, they said 2 yuan. And then he doesn't talk, and then they say, no talk, no buy, and then he comes back and says, I'll pay $2 for this bowl. Then the master told him to go to the museum tomorrow. Then someone asks you how much it is. And you hold up 2 fingers. When people say, 2,000, they say, oh, my God. $2 in the grocery market yesterday can be $2,000 in the museum today. So your value depends on where you are. Geographical environment, right? So we had a former trainee who owned a bar. And I asked him what was his best seller. He says, what sells the most is the feeling of sadness. What is the feeling of sadness? Plain boiled water. A cup of 100, as expected to give me sad. 1 drink and 100's gone. Sad feelings, his name was Sad Feelings. Buy a cup, a result 100 yuan, as expected very sad. It's important to have a name, right? Here, what does a craftsman sell? Take a look. Mainly dozen sales of arts and crafts. Each section finds an allusion to its own, that is, which famous people used to be famous in ancient times. And these stories and famous people printed into a beautiful book with pictures and pictures. The brochure also has the logo and mission of the store, and it acts as a guide to introduce public welfare products to customers whenever they visit. And now each product can find a corresponding historical celebrity. Now the historical value of this product will be enhanced, regardless of whether the client paid or not. The collected books were given to the client for free as a collection of gifts. Is this the equivalent of an implant in his house? Okay, that's all for this episode. Next time we'll show you how to get more traffic.